That girl's like super loaded. Like kickoff alone, she's making 60 grand. And then her OF, I think is, I forgot what Jordan was showing me. I think it's like 40 something, 40 grand just alone on her OF. So, and then when she was in the MILF house, I think her net earning was like 200K a month. It might have dropped a little bit, but yeah, she's making stupid amount of money. Like,
Yeah.
no, 60K a month
Yeah, a month.
from Kick. Sorry.
Which is, yeah. And again, to put up a wish list to furnish your apartment, it'd be one thing. Again, the only time 2K did it was when it was for Baby W's birthday, and people, again, like me, were asking, do you have a P.O. box? I sent a message, hey, do you have a P.O. box? I want to send Baby W something. Right? So, and then I'm sure enough people had done it because that's why he opened the thing. And then people would send him things. But she hasn't asked for anything for Baby W. She's asking for stuff to furnish her entire apartment. Now, I haven't seen it. I'm going up based off of what I've heard, but she has the money to make it, but she'd rather just not spend her money, I guess. I don't know. I wouldn't send her shit. Thank you for your daily heart me.
Yeah, she probably wants to buy like Birkins and stuff.
I don't know. She's a mess. I'm glad you got out of that situation. A $1,200 couch. Face cream was $1,000. She needs more than that to fix her. Never mind. Let me be nice.
Yeah. And I'm not jealous of, whoa, she doesn't have a real provider as a man. First of all, she's the sugar mama in the relationship. And so everything when you see like, oh, so and so bought me this, it's usually her card. It's just for like clickbait or like views. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, I think that was really, I think that became really obvious when, in the beginning, when she was saying how she didn't have to pay for everything, but they were constantly, Itai and Jordan were constantly using her card.
Yeah, she was paying. She was lying about the whole like I would see it with my own eyes. She would be buying like 8, 9 people. Like the whole entire house was getting fed on her card.
Wow.
She was buying food for like 9 or 10 people, breakfast, lunch, and dinner.
Which is crazy, but she can't do anything to provide for her child.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah, I would see it, and that's why I was like so shocked that I was actually helping her with Windsor, and she like would talk about my appearance, how I looked, or like how much clout I had or didn't have, and I'm like, you're literally feeding people who are sleeping with your man in your own bed,
Right.
and I'm not even asking you for food or nothing. Like,
Yeah, Shelby, you can come up. And so it's funny because I talked about that just the other day. I was like, listen, when my kids were young, I may walk out of the house and looking regular, be at home if I was back then. We didn't have the internet, but if I would have came on, I would have been looking a mess. But I tell you what, you look at my kids, and my kids were head to toe, put together all the time. They didn't step out of the house not put together. I may not have been at all times, but as long as my kids are, if they have everything they need and they're providing for them, they're provided for and they have everything and they're well taken care of, that's all that matters. And that's what it is about being a mom. But you would see her spend hours getting herself together, and then maybe that would just be there.
yeah, and then another thing is I saw a clip how like she literally was saying a play by play of what Vala and Jordan were gonna do. But it sounded like she was talking about herself, because she was like, Vala and Jordan are not going to be online because they're going to act like they got evicted so that they can move into another Airbnb and act like a family and do family content.
Yeah,
But
I did just hear
that's
that.
exactly, I don't know if all of you guys seen that clip. It's like it sounded like she was like saying what she's currently doing.
Right. I did think that was really funny because then today she popped up at a new house, and yeah, that was just
And
crazy.
then Santos, like subconsciously, like, he don't be paying attention. He just be talking. He was like, oh, she just told you the whole script.
I know.
Like,
He did. He's so ditwitted. Like he just doesn't get it.
and she made a face like, because then she realized that she literally told her entire chat her own script.
Yeah, that's why I say she may be able to follow along for a little bit, but somebody is always gonna someone is always going to out it. You know what I'm saying? So people around her are going to out whatever it is that she thinks she's doing or saying. So I don't know. The whole thing is crazy.
Also, this is the first time in her life, like, okay, so when did she go on Kick? Like maybe like a few months ago, like a couple months ago?
Yeah, it was like right before she napped baby W.
Which was when? What month? Do you remember? Like April?
So, what, February, March? Harmony will probably have the exact date.
So this year is the first time in her entire life she didn't need to, I can't say it, but you guys know in the chat. It's like meow, you know, like
Oh, yeah.
for money. That's the first time in her entire life she's ever received income without doing that. Without, you know?
Okay,
So you
can I ask you a question though? You don't have to tell if you don't want to. But since but no, I think you just answered my question. Because you said the money she's making now is from Kick and whatnot. Because I was gonna say, why did her car get repoed and why did she get kicked out of her apartment?
She didn't get kicked out of her apartment. So she literally had a bunch. Okay, I went to the other apartment with Travis. So, because like Winter needed a high chair. So we went there because I wanted air and food. So we stopped by there. She literally, as soon as she got her bag, like Mark started making money on fans, which was a hefty check. She just immediately got an apartment because Itai and Jordan helped her get an apartment because she didn't have like the right paperwork for it. So she couldn't get a lease or nothing.
Okay.
So they helped her get the apartment. She got it. She learned a few tricks from them, which was able to, I'm pretty sure that's why she got her apartment now. And she had a bunch of stuff. She didn't even have her things laid out. Like she had everything in boxes and piles. Like nothing was furnished. Like she just got that apartment maybe like that month.
Yeah, that's what I was shocked about. I was like, how did this happen? Like,
she never even slept in that apartment.
Yeah.
So she was sleeping at the MILF house. And people are saying that she was anticipating leaving. No, she was not anticipating leaving because she would have left all her belongings.
Right.
She didn't prepare for nothing. So she moved everything out of that apartment in that one bedroom, right? Then when I exposed what Itai was doing with Nini in her bed, because the only reason why I exposed it, to be honest, it was because I felt so disrespected that people were talking badly about me on stream.
Yeah.
And I was like, wait a minute. So then I just started exposing everything. Because like
Are you talking about the people in the house that were talking bad about you? Or just people?
No, her.
Oh, her. Okay. Because I was going to say, because we talked about it too, but it was more of a concern. It was more of a cry for help of Stella. You need to get out of there. That is not.
No, I was mad that she was talking about my looks. Because I never once talked about her looks. Yeah. So she was like talking about my looks and like how much clout I have. And first of all, I had way more clout than any of the other people that were keeping me around in that house. Yeah. But
I know none of them.
Yeah. So I was bothered about that. And then that's why I was like, okay, well, this and this and this and this and this happened. And then that's when she felt uncomfortable. And she does like, and she's like a lower streamer than like Wendy and all these other people. Yeah. But like, she is like, it's like she never wants to like, I guess, address anything that I said, pretty much.
I actually said that a while ago in one of my streams back when I think you were in the house. Because again, I don't really follow you guys a whole bunch, you know, but I knew who you were because I was asked to do a video on you last year sometime. And the one thing that I noticed, and I said this, I said, Stella, she's not going to last long with Stella in the house because Stella is the only one that is like standing up to her or speaking the truth to her. She's around a bunch of yes people. They'll be like, okay, yeah. Where you weren't always like that. There was times that you were like that, but there's also times that you would speak facts to her. And she doesn't like that. She doesn't want us. That's why she hates me, because I'm 100% honest, you know.